I'm a simple man, and simple men like simple things, like topwater creek fishing. And I'm going to paint a creepy crawly cicada. Spoiler alert, I painted one of these yesterday. The paint scheme I did, I really like. I'm going to tweak it a little bit for this one, but the action after assembly wasn't crazy about. So we're going to paint this guy. We're going to go over the wings on it and what I did not like about them. We're going to make some tweaks to it, and we're going to go see if the fish approve of those tweaks. Also really hate filming on selfie mode on a cell phone. I don't know where to look. Do I look over here at myself, or do I look at the camera? Let's paint. All right, so we are going to start by laying down just a nice base of sand on the cicada body. Gives it a nice sort of fleshy tone. Cicadas have or at least the cicadas I get around here have a white underbelly, but my preference on this guy is making it look more akin to a perhaps June bug or beetle. So it's just going to look like a bug of some sort. Fish are not as smart as we give them credit for. So I'm just going to start building off of that sand color now, and I'm just going to layer in progressively darker colors over top of it. I'm going to start off with a transparent brown, and I want to kind of leave the abdomen of the fly, I guess it is a fly. I'm going to leave the abdomen of the bug. I want to try to keep a good bit of that tan in there, but moving towards the head of the cicada, I'm going to start just layering in some dark brown, getting progressively darker as I get towards the head. All right, so now I'm just going to come in here with some Wicked Black. That says Wicked Black. I know it didn't focus. And I'm going to try to stay up on the upper shell, we'll call it a shell, of the cicada. And there will be just a little bit of overspray and shadowing down onto the thorax, but I'm really trying to stay up on top of the head of the fly. I want a little bit more natural transition from light to dark here, so I'm just going to fade from a distance with the airbrush, just a little bit of shadowing over that side profile. Perfect. Black shadowing going back. And then boom, really dark head of the cicada. And we're almost done. Very, very simple, easy pattern to paint. Now we're just going to spray a light dusting of gold over the top, and it's really going to tie this whole pattern together. All right, so that's all the gold. I hope the camera picks up on that because it is beautiful, a beautiful accent to that bait. Just a tiny, tiny bit of it on the bottom there. A little bit heavier on top. And the way this lure sits in the water, it kind of sits at a 30-degree angle or so. So some of that gold does come through. The fish do see it. A lot of times with topwaters, people just say the top of the bait is to sell the fishermen and not the fish, but I disagree. With every movement, the baits kind of roll, and that color does come through. To finish this off, I'm going to paint the eyes red. Cicadas have very bright alien red eyes. And then we'll get the wings on. All right, I obsessed over these eyes for an absurdly long time yesterday. I'm not proud of how long it took me to get the eyes to a point where I finally made myself give up. But I'm just using the Wicked Red. And I have one of these little needle applicator bottles from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to add a drop of that red on top of each eye, and I'm not going to allow myself to obsess over it today. It's perfect. I'm going to allow that to sit at a bit of an angle while it sets and dries. And then I'm going to repeat that on the other side. And we will finish this fly off with its wings, which I will talk about. And then I'm going to give this one a feathered treble off the rear. So here's the one I painted up yesterday. Very, very similar colors. I went a little bit lighter on the belly of the one I just did, and a little bit darker on top, but pretty sick looking bait. I thought this was just going to be the fishiest bait of all time. Sorry for the noise. I have a refrigerator beside me that kicks on and off. But these wings are meant to just be the traditional crawler wings, crawl on top of the water like a jitterbug type bait. And it does do that if you get the speed ridiculously perfect. It has a very, very specific speed that it wanted to work at. And I was fishing this on 4-pound monofilament. And on a very, very close cast, and at that speed it was perfect, but otherwise on a long cast it wanted to dive, and it was just frustrating. So the fish I did catch, like this monster, overlaid on the screen right now, came by me just kind of twitching the bait very, very subtly like a walking bait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these wings around, have them laying beside the rear of the body like a natural cicada would, and I'm going to use this as a micro spook, micro walking bait. Got the other eye on there. Look at that. Look at that creepy, perfect cicada face. Oh, that is the chef's kiss right there. The shadowing came out perfectly. No hard transitions in color. All natural shiftiness, shadowiness. Totally a word. Beautiful layering with the airbrush. So easy to do, even I can do it. And if you have never picked up an airbrush and tried, you should too. And if you don't want to, HikeWadePaddleCustomBaits.com, link below. The cicada is off drying, and while that's drying, look at the whopper plopper I painted this morning. I don't fish whopper ploppers very much, but I had fun painting this one. I'll do a paint and fish of a whopper plopper soon, I promise. We're officially in middle of nowhere territory. There better be some smallies down here. Still driving. The road's getting narrower and bumpier. This is still one of the nicer roads in South Carolina. Ooh, my tax dollars at work. We made it! There's water back there. But how do I get down there? Alright, we're getting somewhere now, fellas. And I hope that somewhere has smallies. Ooh, me and my scared of heights self does not like the view from up here. Come on, first cast smallie. So I guess this is the part where I should tell you. I ended up putting the wings on crawler style. There's my feathered treble. But I didn't put a split ring on the front of this thing. And the action came out pretty good. So I am going to fish it crawler style. I did bring the other one with the wings turned around. And if I feel like a walking bait may be better, I will try that one. There were no first cast smallies. Not only were there no first cast smallies, there were no cast 2 through about 300 cast smallies. I tried everything. I tried the cicada, I tried crankbaits, I tried every stereotypical smallmouth lure I could think of. And finally, after about an hour and a half, I caught a fish. And as you'll see, it wasn't even a smallmouth, despite what I said. Fish on! It's official! I got my first South Carolina smallmouth bass. Yay! As you see, not on the cicada though. So that fish actually ended up taking a Nico Helgramite at the base of the dam/waterfall. Still thankful to get him. And that was that. I fished there for another, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. Ended up changing spots, went to a different section of the river that has a little creek feeding into it. And while I saw some bass, they were just not interested in anything I had. Threw the cicada right over top of them. And I don't know, we're into mid-October. The cicadas haven't been around for a couple of months now. I'm sure at the height of summer, they would have absolutely been smoking this lure, but it will redeem itself. It is too fishy not to. So, just sitting here now and Just painted that guy. Pretty sick little double plopper type bait. I should probably quit painting so many topwaters. It's getting into fall time. Not that you can't catch a bass in South Carolina on topwater year round, but I would probably be having more luck if I was painting micro lures, little micro crankbaits and such, so I might do that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Next week's video is not going to be a paint and fish. I have a fun Halloween video planned, and if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe, drop a comment, anything to help the channel grow, help me out, and we will have more for you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.